Hello, visuals. Welcome back to the Visual Guys, a podcast with me and Christ. We're waiting for our chippy tea, and we're going to hopefully talk about some weird and wonderful and mental shit as I continuously record Wolverine's crotch still. What's Chris telling me though, sir? It's been a week since I've seen you. Missed your fucking face. I had a dream about you the other day.
Oh, good.
I can't remember loads of it. I remember being in Japan with you, right? And I was recording a vlog, and I started saying in the video, "I love you, mate, and I'm so happy that you're finally living your dream," because you were drifting down the hills, and that's all I can remember. That's all I can remember. Chris is dying, by the way. Chris is dying.
At least I'm drifting.
Yeah, all I remember is being in Japan, vlogging it, and then just saying that in the middle of the vlog, and then watching you drift around the corner.
Is this before I go off the cliff?
I hope not, mate. Maybe that's the bit that woke us up from the dream. Chris is dead, but I remember just doing a message being like, "I love you, mate, and I'm glad that you're doing what you..." Or some shit like that I said. And that's all I can fucking remember. I don't know if it's because...
Thanks.
I was dreaming about Japan because there's a lovely, old, bald Japanese guy doing haircuts, and I keep watching his videos to get sleepy, and he starts slapping the necks as a massage, and I'm like... As soon as he starts cutting eyebrows, and I'm like, "Oof, get me out of bed." It's fucking strange as fuck. We are really dumb as a species, really, aren't we? When there's dickheads like me running about.
Yeah.
We, as a collective, let's quickly ask that. Do we do dumb shit?
Yeah. Everyone does dumb shit.
We spoke about it last week, didn't we? About the height of the human brain. As intelligent creatures we are, like, it is like I'm showing you this big box of plastic bricks I'm going to put together, and how it's literally made my mouth water like I'm going to eat a big... Laura was like, "Why do you keep doing that when you talk about it?" I was going... We've evolved, and we've... I think some of us in the group are letting us down, like me, and making us probably de-evolve. Imagine if aliens are like, "So he worked to buy plastic to put it together to sit there." And he's... "Okay, why?" And I'm like, "Because it's fun." Oh, what's your thought on that, mate?
We've definitely devolved. Because going back to what we were going about last week, I listened to some Joe Rogan this week.
Did you? Carry on, yes, sir.
And we were on about... I don't know the name of the guy, or what episode it was, but we were on about how humans back then were more intelligent than what humans are now.
Right. I mean, like primitively, like with the
Yeah.
way that, right.
Yeah. So it does look like our species is fucking... I don't know if we're because obviously we went... Our species of humans hit peak at some point.
Yeah.
And then they fell, and then they went up again, and then they fell. And I think we're at the bottom. I think this is where the start of the human race is for the third time to fucking go up again.
Well, there's more of me running about, mate. We're going to be at the bottom for a while.
So we're definitely at the bottom. We're kind of the beginning of the human species reformed.
Right, okay, I'm with you. So it's taking its dips and dives.
Yes.
I say it out of jest, me being dumb, putting bricks together, because to me that's enjoyment and shit like that, and it's fun. But I could see somebody, imagine looking through the window being like, "That's really dumb that he's just spending all of his..." So he spends most of his time at work just to then, pay his bills and then buys pointless, because to people it will be pointless. To me it's not. I find value in it. And I can see something that's a really dumb thing. And if aliens are looking as a collective, like, we get together and we tell these stories, we all sit at a screen in the cinema and be like, "Oh, that's fun," or we go and watch people kick balls and shit about.
We're in a sim.
It is a bit mental, like, these distractions in life. I can see, like I said, how people would call different ones distractions and shit like that.
Because also back then, humans lived longer.
They lived longer?
Yeah, humans lived
Oh,
longer.
I thought the average age went up. Okay, so it lived... What was the average?
Our average now is going up.
Because obviously we have fights against disease
But
and
there was
shit like that.
there was kings and queens back then. Apparently there's a tablet in the Oxford Museum.
Are you going to go down the route of the chav you got on about...
Yes, and the Mayans and shit like that.
Careful, tread lightly where we go here, mate.
Oh,
This is very conspiratorial, dumb. The guy that believes there was already a nuclear war thousands of years ago.
Well, I wouldn't say there was a nuclear war thousands of years
That's what
ago.
he's claiming. Is like the facts are already out there, and it's like, are they though? I don't think cavemen were going, "Fuck off, Panther, nuclear bomb." It's the stuff that he says. Alibaba at work, Nibiru, this planet that's coming. He keeps going about that, and I showed him what Nibiru is. It's a Yu-Gi-Oh card. So what? Because I was listening to that podcast, and I was like, okay, I'll make sure I stay a little bit away from this because what you're speaking is a bit hoo-ha and crazy.
I wouldn't say it's hoo-ha and crazy. I would like to go down to Oxford to see this tablet. To be fair, to find out what the crack is.
Yeah.
But apparently, these kings, obviously you know the crack, but for those who don't, these kings and queens back in the day lived for like 1,200 years and stuff like that.
So he was saying that they lived for 1,200 years.
Yeah.
I don't think is that even possible though.
I don't know.
Like for a human to live that long. That's what when I was listening to him, and like Joe Rogan was sort of kind of on board with some points, and he was and and it was interesting to listen about. But the way that, like I said, he was on about these different, species have been here. We've already been and habitatized Mars.
It just doesn't make sense how we're basically one of the dominant species on the planet, but we only live 60 years.
Yeah,
well, yeah. That's an average.
Yeah.
60 years. It's like, I kind of see where he's coming from.
I obviously I don't know the science behind the human thingy system. I know a couple of 100 years ago the average age, like with the knights and the kings and queens of them times were low because of disease and stuff. I have no idea why.
There's no way, because this planet is like, how old's the planet? 6.5 billion years old, million years old, or whatever it is, billions.
I think it's billions, isn't it?
Something
it's millions or billions.
I think it's billions.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's old as fuck.
It is old as fuck. And there's no way on God's earth that the planet has just been completely... No humans have existed until fucking... whenever it was.
Well, how long was each time period? Fuck me, we are not smart enough to start fucking going down here.
And I think what's killed them off is each... what's the word I'm looking for?
Civilization. It's gender.
It's
gender.
It's
gender. Generation, I meant.
No,
it's gender.
It's not the generation.
What we're looking for?
It's when the world wipes itself and it starts fresh, because we're in the sixth. What's the word I'm looking for?
Century? Sixth.
We're in the sixth world disaster kind of situation. It should have happened.
Right.
Obviously, the last one was the Ice Age.
Yeah.
Where the entire fucking planet went all tits up.
I've seen the film.
Yeah.
I've seen that historically definitely happened film.
Yeah.
Sid the Sloth.
So obviously that was the last one, and we're due out at 6.
Like a natural disaster event.
Yeah.
Like a...
Where the entire planet just says, right, I'm having a clean up, kabunk, and
shit happens.
Starts fresh. Because there's no history really before all that.
Yeah, so you're basically saying that the whole thing of you believe that there was generations, they all went, and then more generations come, and then it somehow happened again. Again, I don't have any science to disprove that.
And neither do I, to be fair.
The way it's always been explained to me, obviously, is the apes into man thing.
Yeah.
I know that's the evolution theory. I still believe that, and I do think humans have only been around for a couple of 100,000 years, and we started off as the organisms that come out the water, then the water into the fish frog things, and then fish frog things into monkeys, monkeys into us.
Yeah, that's probably that will be all true. That it's what happened before all that, though.
That's where he kind of lost me a little bit when he started saying all these crazy wars and these nuclear wars and shit. It's all started again and these tablets. And when he said to Joe Rogan, says, "What's the evidence?" and he says, "The evidence is inside you. It's all around you." And he never explained it. He just said that. And when people don't explain stuff like that, but they claim it to be true, I'm always like, "Oh, hang on a sec. Then if you're not actually given substantial evidence as to why that's happened, I'm always a bit." And when he sounds like Ali from work, I'm always a bit.
Well, for all we know, there could have been a world disaster due to nukes and shit. We don't know. We don't know what our past is. What the Earth past is.
We're still debating Egypt and stuff like that. I do like the fact that when he said about obviously the water running through the pyramids and it acted like as an electrical conductor, and they actually had endless power in Egypt, electrical power. I can see some, without explaining that, but my head can make sense of that. And I do know the whole thing about ancient culture and, they might have been wiped out by something else, and we can't, the Mayans and shit were supposed to be extremely technologically advanced. They had sewer systems and shit like that.
Yeah, they were supposed to be really good. And I think from 2012, when the Mayan calendar ended, I think that's when it was the start of, right, you're going in disaster years now.
Yeah. So it's like
2012 was the start of the world ending, not when everyone thought the world's going to end in 2012.
Yeah, well, because that's it's still technically on course, isn't it, with the Gregorian calendar?
Yeah.
This is a whole other conspiracy route that I can't quite explain. But yeah, if we still followed that, we would be on course. Because that adds an extra month. We shouldn't really be in 2024. We should be a few years back.
Yeah.
Because our months have been 12 months years instead of 13 months.
Yeah, it should have been 13 months.
Yeah. Like I said, it's a funny old one. It's a strange one when he was going on about it. I just don't like the fact that I understand if civilizations got smart in terms of living smart with sewer systems and shit, but saying that they're proper, because if there was like a ray gun back then, we would have some sort of trace of that energy somewhere. If that technology's already been invented.
Well, as I said, but we don't really know, because no one, well, I won't say no one, but without really looking into it and stepping into before the last world disaster. It's a word. There's a specific word that's called, and it's doing me fucking head in.
What word do we look at? Extinction. The last.
Yeah, it is
apocalypse,
extinction. It's extinction.
Is that
We're in the 6th extinction of the planet.
What was the ones before? Do we remember? Get on that shit, Jamie. Because could we even technically? Mate, we're trying to sound smart. How can we sound smart when there's a dumb dog squeaking?
Yeah, please.
That's the highest IQ in the room when it's just me and him, mate. So I can't even say out to him. Could we have an ice age now? Is the Earth too warm?
Yeah, the Earth's too warm. Our next one won't be an ice age.
Might be like a tsunami or some shit,
No,
or major earthquakes. Shit is heating. Yeah. Like Britain always recorded heat in May and March.
Our next disaster is going to be heat waves.
Oh, that's fucking bad for me.
The planet is going to overheat. That means that the water is going to all evaporate, and then once the water starts to evaporating, we'll all start fucking crisping away.
That's a storyline from Pokemon, that mate.
We'll just fry.
Yeah,
shit like that.
What you say about that is right, because I know Little Richie Rich is going to Greece soon. And they're having record heat stuff. I think it's 68 degrees. It was recorded the other day, or some shit like that, which is absolutely stupid. And if there is another heat wave coming, I'm the one unlucky soul that experienced it like 2 years ago, because I've been fucking hot every day of my life for years now.
Okay. Right. So the first extinction. You're gonna have to help me with these.
Jeez, you can't ask me, mate. I'll try.
The first extinction was 444 million years ago, and that was the End
Ordovician. That's how that reads to me.
That was the first one. The second one was 360 million years ago, and that was the late.
Right, wait, the late Devonian.
Devonian. There we go. So the third one was 250 million years ago, which was the End
Permian.
200 million years ago was End
Jurassic.
Many people mistake this event that killed off the dinosaurs, but in fact they killed off the Cretaceous period.
Cretaceous. Right, okay.
So that's what basic plants and all that shit. And the last one was obviously End
Cretaceous. Cretaceous. Cretaceous.
Which is the event which killed the dinosaurs off, which was 65 million years ago.
Right, okay.
Which is what that film was, which we enjoyed.
Oh, yes, yeah.
Which turned out to be Planet Earth.
Yeah, which turned out to be Planet fucking Earth.
We enjoyed that.
Hell.
So yes, that was the last ice age. That was the last extinction, and we are now due our 6th extinction.
Does whatever article you're on say like a time frame shit or?
And that's calling me fucking.
Oh, sorry, is that me? I don't know if
That's
that's me.
you and me.
Just spinning on each other. As I shake the mouthwash up.
Why?
I don't know. It's quite satisfying watching that blue just sort of disappear because it comes back again.
Okay.
Science.
Science
is that's science right in fucking front of me.
Science.
So yeah, so these things when they get wet, do you believe then that there was a peak human civilization during them events?
It wouldn't surprise me if there wasn't. It's just there's no really. Yes, there's no evidence, but I just don't think that
the evidence could have been wiped out.
Yeah, I just don't think anyone could actually go that far back.
It is quite weird how they can somehow, trace stuff and trace this and trace that and whatnot. I don't know if this is where I'm not educated enough in this thingy. I don't personally believe there were humans around at that point. I think what it was wiping out was whatever animals were there. That's what I think, but that's because of what I've been taught and told and shit.
Yeah.
Then again, if you listen to the conspiracy, then what you've been taught and told is all paid by the government and your teachers. They get given a script to tell kids, so they believe it.
Right, okay. So the next question is, when is the next... Right. So they're saying the next... Well, yeah, it's global warming. We might not be here,
right?
Because it's 2100.
Well, I definitely won't be here.
We're not 2024. So basically, in 75 years, since 75 years,
yes,
that's basically when the next extinction is going to happen, and it's going to be global warming. The planet is just going to go fucking going from it's going to rise 27%.
Right.
Basically.
See, that's when I get confused again as well, because I know there's people that debate global warming. Because if there's people debating it and I'm a fucking idiot that hasn't got a clue, how am I supposed to know the fuck's right?
The planet is warmer.
It definitely feels
the
warmer.
weather is all weird nowadays.
100%.
Compared to how it used to be. I've got all groggy again.
Everyone's kicking off now, aren't they, though? Because we're in June and they keep saying, I'm in June and I'm having to put the heating on. And I didn't get... Because I asked you not long ago, I said, when do the seasons actually start? So I'm assuming, is June usually proper hot?
I had to put the heating on yesterday, but I think that's because I'm all fluidy.
I'm all right, okay.
I'm all fluidy.
So, by the rate in which people are kicking off, June must usually be hot then.
June is normally hot,
right?
Yeah, because we're in spring.
Right, so we're not even starting summer yet.
No.
So then, why should June be hot? I don't fucking understand. Get me to fucking Halloween where I need to put a jumper on because I found a brilliant Tails jumper for 30 quid on Zavvi. It's beautiful. I need an excuse to wear it. If I put it on now, I'll sweat to fuck.
Yeah, you will.
Yeah, Laura gets me that roll on deodorant, which is beautiful, but I'm a fat boy, so
yeah, we're in spring. No, yeah, we're in spring. Are we in spring? Yeah, we're in spring.
I don't fucking know the seasons.
Neither do I.
I know what they're called. I always just thought when it's hot, no matter what summer, when it's cold, no matter what winter, leave it at that. But there's obviously more to it than that.
Yeah. Obviously there's winter, then there's spring, summer, then fall.
Autumn? Fall. Yeah, because when the film's like, coming out this fall.
Yeah, which is an American term.
Oh, so is that what our autumn is then?
Yes.
Right, so they call it fall, we call it autumn.
Yes.
Is that where the trees turn orange?
So the leaves fall, yes.
Yeah. Oh, so they fall, they don't turn orange. They turn orange.
They turn orange and they fall.
And then they fall.
Yeah.
Right, okay.
But I do think the planet is warmer.
I don't dispute
and
that.
I do think, well, I'm not 100% fucking putting a pin in it, but I think there is something that humans were on this planet before the last extinction.
I need to put you onto a good YouTube channel. I'm sorry, my bellend's just tingled looking at that Lego set. I'm not going to lie. I just got a bellend tingle, for fuck's sake. I'm not even taking the piss, mate. I think I've just been sexually turned on by Lego. It's called Podcast Cringe. And it's not just Joe Rogan stuff. So whenever a big podcast comes out, this YouTube channel breaks down the episode and then, like, he'll bring up points and evidence and suggestion why a certain guest... It's not just a political point of view. It might just be why they're a bad person or why they're not comedically funny or whatnot.
Yeah.
And he broke down this episode a little bit to me. And he was saying sort of shit like that and all this crazy... Again, he claims as well he's not some sort of scientist or out. He just logic determinates this and all that kind of shit. But you should check it out. And then whenever a guest comes on Joe Rogan or whatever podcast you're watching, Bad Friends or anything, you could be like, okay, there's this, there's that, there's this. Oh, you just brought it up there?
No, I'm just...
Oh, sorry. Oh, what's this you Googled?
Just finding out how old the Egyptian pyramids are and see what
Well,
the crack is.
again, you're a Joe Rogan fan. He's had experts on loads of times.
No one knows.
They've debated that. So yeah, if they're still debating it and they're saying, well, my favourite is this and my favourite is that, then when we're sat in the middle going, well, who? Obviously, I know they can't be like, this is the definitive answer, but we have to sort of go, I'm just going to choose this side, or I'm going to choose that side.
It's just weird how these pyramids are exactly lined up with the star, and each block is specifically made. They're all different sizes, but they've all had to be different sizes because the way how they're slot in. They're not...
He said that, didn't he, on that?
Yeah, they're not held in by screws or anything like that. They're just slotted in.
Yeah.
And they all exactly line up perfectly. If one was off, it would be all...
Yeah, I remember him saying that as well. It's about, like, if, the whole thing would be...
Yeah.
Yeah, and sometimes it took weeks just to get the perfect brick into
It's just weird how back then they can do shit like that.
Yeah.
But now you can't even build a house without it fucking looking squint.
Right,
No offense to your builders.
I was about to say, it's definitely cheap. People are trying to build houses on the cheap and get the biggest profit margin and shit like that. I will never be able to give a definitive answer on how the pyramids were. I've seen all the stuff about how they moved the bricks because apparently there was a lot bigger. A lot of the bricks come from under the ocean.
Yeah, I've heard a lot of rumours and the stuff. They built a lake towards it at one point.
Yeah,
that helped it.
They used the Nile or whatever to
Yeah.
help. I know there's because there was mammoths around during that time. They used them to help pull it.
Mm-hmm.
That's what some people are suggesting. Whether that's right or not is up for you to determine. Stop digging at moss, mate. It's disgusting and fucking mouldy. Little bastard.
It's just weird how, like you said, it's just normal fucking every dodos play with toys.
Yeah. No. Yeah. So that's what I was saying about at the start. If we got dumb, if we've got a point in civilization where we're building the pyramids to me building the Tower of Baladur.
Yeah.
Try and say that. Try and read that.
Baladur.
Oh, well, I'm saying that's because I said it.
Well, yeah.
I wanted to how you'd actually... Baradar. Fuck, that could have been a great moment. Doesn't matter.
Don't diss my dyslexic.
Hey, it's fine, mate. You can diss my fat autism. We've... What the fuck is he doing?
What are you doing? I'm attacked.
He's a dog that tries to dig it fucking... He's like, shit, wasn't me. You little bastard. How we've gone from this peak of architectural wonder to Dan sat building Lego.
Yeah. So I do think that humans will get more intelligent as life.
And if what
before
you said's correct, then it will start again.
Yeah.
So it will just... I wonder if that's like a natural way of... Don't let them get too smart. We need to start again. Don't let them get too... But like I said, the only thing I flop on...
Well, the guy on the YouTube, Joe Rogan, he said that, didn't he? That we had to limit them to stop them from living longer.
Yeah.
We've had to limit their lives because they altered DNA or something.
Yeah, so that's when you start to lose, because that's when you become like alien, galactic, fucking Empire, Star Wars, Star Trek shit, and I'm like, oh, come on. That's too far-fetched for me. That's when you start to lose. When he starts talking about the Egyptian shit and he's talking about natural disasters and shit, I can completely conceive that in my head. Conceive that? Is that the right way?
No.
Comprehend. Conceive is when mummy and daddy shag
Yeah,
and baby
conceive
comes.
is when a baby is born.
This is why we shouldn't have smart not to me.
This is why we need to get Laura on.
I was the one that got a tingle in my belly over Lego. I can get behind that. I just, like I said, for me, it makes sense that humans... Google quickly, when allegedly or apparently did the human race start? See what
let's see what we find.
See what that says.
When did the human
race...
I
feel like
begin.
we've only been taught a few 100,000 years.
Begin. Right, humans first in Africa. The fossils of early humans lived between 6 and 2 million years ago.
Right. Okay. So I was way off. So between 6 and 2 million ago, we had the first human.
Apparently, in Africa.
I've heard that all life stems from Africa.
Mm.
I don't know if that's like a special part of the earth where there's, I don't know, there's something land-wise there or what, I don't know. Or at that point, would Africa have been everywhere?
Well,
because everything broke apart, didn't it? All the continents were together, and then they separated.
I think that was before the Ice Age.
Was it?
I think so.
So obviously Britain would have been attached to like actual France and shit, and then it's split apart. When the fuck did that happen? Google's gonna be working on a fucking overdrive.
When did land?
I don't know how you Google it. Break
When
apart.
Did land?
The continents form.
That's the word. When did?
I can do smart words.
When did continents drift apart?
That's even better, Chris.
240 million years ago. Between 200 and 240 million years ago. So yeah, just after the second.
Right.
No, so just after the last ice age.
Right. So
the fifth extinction.
Right. So okay. So Africa wasn't connected to everything when the first human was.
No.
Made. Right. Okay. So everything broke apart. Then we had humans.
Yes.
Right. Okay. Fair enough. But yeah, I don't. Yeah, so I don't know why all human life started in Africa. I don't know if it was the greenest place or if it was the freshest place. Oh, they came back. I don't know if it was just rich with food and nutrients and shit.
Humans.
Why did humans?
Why did humans?
How did dogs get so dumb? He looks at me. I love you, pal. That's Chris Google's mate. Don't worry. I'll just confess my love for you to the world. You don't understand.
He hasn't got a clue.
Yeah. A lot of side-eyeing going on, though. I can't remember. What were we asking again?
Why did humans start in Africa? Nope.
Unless there was just the most life round there. Like all the animals were kicking about from then. If we've evolved from the animals. Yeah, it's that's a funny old one. You need to be, like I said, careful with that. Some people that go on completely go hard, especially when you're not educated like me, and then just start to hear all these wild theories and thoughts and shit. And you go, oh, they said this.
Well, they're saying they're saying that
no, I was just killing
the Garden of Eden originally was thinged in Africa.
Oh, so now we're talking biblical stuff. Or was there or is there a genuine Garden of Eden?
Mm-hmm. The real Garden of Eden has been traced to the African nation of Botswana.
Botswana. Is that how you say it? Botswana. So that's where the original. So I'm assuming that's because it was lush with like Greenland or some shit like that. So there was enough for people to. Right. Okay. So that clears up that question.
Cool.
So the original OG Garden of Eden.
Why did humans originate from Africa and not some part of the world? Already some good news here. Humans spread around the world. I'm not really getting a specific definitive.
No matter what it tells me, you'll still be like, I refer to the Ice Age as fucking the film, mate, for fuck's sake. I want it to come from the land down under. There were women go and men follow.
Humans were found on every continent in the world, but the reason why we think our ancestors came from Africa is because of both fossils and DNA evidence. We've looked for fossils from our ancestors.
Oh, bless you, mate. You didn't sneeze.
All over the world, and for all those fossils. So right, basically the same. Of all the fossils they've found, the oldest ones they keep finding come from Africa.
Right, okay.
So that's why I think.
So they might find fossils in Europe, but it might be X amount of years. And they find fossils in Africa, saying, well, that's X amount of years older.
Yes.
So, right, well, yeah, well, that makes sense. So I get that.
There we go.
So that's cleared up that question, we think. Anyhow.
We think.
But yeah, like I was just saying, to make sure there's no dead air, you do need to be careful with this kind of fucking shit, because it's down when there's so many smart bigwigs out there that are all debating so many different topics on two different sides. It's so hard to know who the fuck, unless we've done our own research and stuff like that. It's so hard to because as soon as somebody puts some smart words together and says, "Oh, I've seen this," and it's like, "Oh, you've seen that, have you? You've seen this," and it's like when somebody says, "I've seen a ghost," and it's like, "We're like, well, they've seen a ghost. They might be real," when it's just one person sort of thingy.
Yeah.
Because I'll never be able to debate anybody on this.
Well, that's it. I don't think anyone can give you a definite answer. They're saying this happened when, this happened then, this happened. Yes, they've got fossil evidence and they've got ground samples from so long ago, but
DNA and stuff.
Yeah, but without anyone actually knowing the definite answer, no one actually knows.
Yeah, it's. I don't know how you would actually determine. Well, how do they even get an age on it? So if you get a fossil bone, what determines the age? I don't know if you know the answer.
I don't really know.
Don't worry, Chris. I'm not expecting you to know the answers. I'm just wondering if you do. You fucking bang on fucking Google. Because like they can't just put. Oh shit! I put the whole water on. They can't just put it in a machine that goes 20 years old. Like there must be like. Because how do you look at a bit of bone and say, yeah, that was around 100 million or whatever?
It's all called carbon dated. That means look. That means things like bones, cloths, woods, and plants.
Yeah.
So basically, it's carbon dated by just studying them. I think that's what it is. That's how they figure out.
So carbon dating.
Yeah.
That's how much carbon's in it. Is that what that means, or am I just literally taking that for name value?
I think you're just taking that for name value.
Right. Okay.
How can you figure out? Processing and measuring the amount of carbon. No, you were right.
Oh.
You were right.
The
process involves measuring the amount of carbon minus 14, whatever that means, in the bones of the skeleton, and then using the decay rating of carbon minus 14 and a mathematical formula to...
Why minus 14?
I don't know. It just says minus 14. It might mean something else. I've just got minus 14.
Right, so yeah, they just judge it by that.
Yeah, but yeah, I know how trees work because they just measure the rings.
Yeah, I've heard that. It's Barney and How I Met Your Mother says you can tell how old a woman is by looking at her elbows. And to this day, I still don't know what you meant by that. I can't look at a woman's elbow and go, 28. Oh, fuck knows. But this guy, if we go back
look at Laura's elbows.
Right, yeah, well, I know her age.
Well, let me look at Laura's elbows and I'll
Hiya, Laura. Nice to meet you. Get them elbows out.
Laura, let us look at your elbows.
Oh, I need to give her a shout out. She did so well at trying to bring some comic book knowledge. We were talking about now, and she went. She got it wrong, but bless her, she tried her hardest to remember. She went, it's like that Spider-Man thing. She said, you die a hero or live long enough to see yourself become the villain. And I was like, it's Batman. You were good. Bless her, she gives no shits about superheroes and shit.
Did she actually listen to the full episode of our 2-hour long?
I think she did, you know.
Ramble on.
I think she did. I know there's some stuff we come out on stage, she's like, I can't deal with this right now. I can't deal with this right now. She definitely didn't appreciate my fascination of watching videos on rabies.
Okay.
I think she gets to some. I think she just feels sorry for you because you have to deal with this shit.
Oh, thank you.
And then pass it back off and whatnot.
Thank you.
But if we go back to that guy on Joe Rogan, when he started speaking God stuff as well, it kind of lost us a little bit. Because it's kind of weird, right? If you were to ask me, do I believe in God? I'm like, no. But I do believe that there was something at the end of the line, I'm not saying a God, that ultimately planned shit out. I have no idea what that is or what form or what.
What do you mean?
Like, so if, you know when, like, the Big Bang, I know it's still a theory, but I personally believe that happened. but before that, like my mind can't fathom the fact that it was just nothing and then something. Like what come before the nothing? Like there has to be a start time.
There will have been a start time, just no one really knows the answer because it's a.
Yeah.
It's space and
The
space.
final frontier.
Space is a vast area and there's so much out there no one really knows.
That's what I hate, like comprehending, because something had to have kicked that off. And say something did kick that off, what kicked that off? And if something kicked, what kicked? I can't.
But that's just like saying what kicked off the first extinction, what kicked off the second, the third.
Yeah,
fourth,
but that's
fifth.
all. That's all in planet shit. You can use science to explain why that would happen. You know,
Okay,
freezing
explain
and
it.
shit.
Why did the extinction exist?
Oh, I can't explain the actual science, but there'll be scientists that can explain it. But if you say what created the thing that created the thing that created the thing that created the Big Bang, they'll go, no.
I don't know.
And it's that I don't know. Whereas, you know, scientists say what caused the ice age, they'll say, oh, it's because of this caused whatever this is.
Well, here's a question. Then, what lined up this planet to be exactly in the right place to form human life?
That's what I'm asking. That's why I'm saying I feel like there's not a god, but some sort of thing that must have said, I'm going to make these two mash, and then boom.
And I didn't know planets actually moved as well.
I don't think I knew that.
No.
I know the moon's. What's the moon moving away from the Earth? A centimetre a year? Some shit like that?
Something like that, yeah.
Yeah,
it's
something like
moving
that.
away.
No, I didn't know planets. I knew. No, wait. What was that weird? There was a planet that changed its size. Oh my god, I'm going to butcher this now.
Saturn?
Is it Saturn? It started at one point. It changed its
I think
size.
Saturn lost its rings, didn't it? Or didn't have rings, but then gained rings. One of the two.
Yeah, maybe I'm thinking of that. Yeah, I could be thinking of that. I don't fucking know. But yeah, just because what's in your head when you think about, you know, a billion years before the Big Bang? Like, obviously, you can't give me a right answer, but like,
This is it.
sound like two old men at the pub. Jerry,
It's,
the beer.
for how old the planet is, there's no way on God's earth. I keep saying that. I don't know why.
God's green Earth.
That humans are only not even 1% of the age of the planet. I reckon there was humans of some kind of life form before that
On Earth.
on Earth.
Right. So, but
That there's just no evidence, or no one's found that right evidence to just figure it out, because all they're going off is the last extinction, which is the dinosaurs and the dirt.
the dirt.
The dirt. That's all they're going off.
But stick away from Earth, though. I'm on about the start of everything, before Earth had even formed. Like, do you have some sort of thing in your head
Well,
that started it all?
no, because I'm not that intelligent.
No, neither am I. But, like, you know when you sit and you zoom out, and you zoom out, and you zoom out, and you zoom out, and go, what? I just feel like there was something...
Well, obviously the galaxy formed, hasn't it?
Yeah, and then before that, what caused it to form?
I don't know.
And then
That's a Google. Let's see if Google knows.
It's I don't. Google's not gonna. Just Google. Is there a god? It'll be like, hi.
So what are you asking? What are you asking?
How did everything? Well, no, because then again, it will say how did everything start, and it will come with the Big Bang. But I want to know way before the Big Bang, because the fact that everything in the entire world couldn't have just started. Well, I believe that it started from nothing because of the Big Bang, but before that, like, it could have been a white canvas, and then something just to, like, imagine me just being like, there's nothing in my hand, and boom, all of a sudden, an apple. I would be the metaphor figure of this spiritual thing I'm speaking about.
Scientists theorize that the Big Bang was presented by an inflation period in the billionth of trillionth of a trillionth of a second.
Fuck. What?
The universe grew by a factor of, don't even know what that fucking decimal, what that symbol means, 10 over 26, whatever that means.
Fuck knows, mate.
To a single bacterium expanding to a size of a... So basically it's saying that some little dust came out of nowhere.
It's the out of nowhere part that's freaking us out.
And then it just formed into the Milky Way.
And I'm fine with that, because the whole Big Bang, I'm fine with that. It's the dust that come out of nowhere. Where's the...
Well, for all we know, there's other galaxies out there. There's other... Yeah.
And if there is, what was before them? That's what my head hates.
Well, no one actually
And that's what I mean. We will never, ever know the answer.
No.
Because, like I said, I don't believe in God, but I believe in... I don't know, for lack of a better word, I guess I'll say spirit, because I don't know what I'm trying to say. There has to have been something... But then again, if there is... What fuck created that? I don't like when I'm going back to the Lego because it's fucking sexy. That all starts as a pile of mess, and I will put it together. That's fine. I can explain that. So if you say that the universe is that pile of unput together bricks, and I'm the spirit thing that done it, what was before me?
Yeah,
it just hurts my head. Why did God make me want to know these answers?
Oh,
but I'll never get the answers. It's like, is the fucking fridge light really off when you shut the fucking fridge?
Yes.
Is it? Is it fucking really? Because I catch that motherfucker.
It's just cloud and dust which formed.
Which fucking caused the clouds though?
Well, there's clouds everywhere.
Well, what caused them? What created the clouds? I don't mean these. I mean space clouds.
Space dust.
What caused the space dust?
Oh wait, you're just going fucking...
Exactly.
You're just being pedantic now.
That's why it hurts my head, mate, because we'll never get the fucking answer. Do you know what's weird as well? That atoms obviously passing through everything. We're all made up of atoms, but yet somehow these atoms can make a solid that shit can't pass through.
What?
Because obviously everything's made of atoms, isn't it?
Yes.
And atoms pass in and out of everything.
Yes.
But somehow these atoms in us cause like a barrier.
God.
There was a comedian that did a bit about this, and I was like, "Oh my god!"
Think of it what you call that fucking material. Hello.
Polystyrene.
No. It's
oh.
a fluid. It's very soft and jelly-like. If you stick your finger in it, your finger will go right through. But if you try and punch it, it's solid fudge.
What is it? What's that called? What is it?
I can't remember what the type of material it is. It's a fluid material. It's a fluid thingy.
Oh. Oh, the chippy's shut.
They're shut at 9. They've got no curry sauce.
Pause.
No battered sauce.
And I think we're back. We had a dinner crisis. It's over and done with now.
Yeah.
It's a bigger crisis than find out the answer to the universe.
What are we talking about?
Space. On the broader scheme of things, it was something to do with fuck knows. We had a cheapy dilemma.
Yeah.
And I'm fat, so when food dilemmas happen, it's a bit. No, we were just questioning all the logic of space and what come before and all that kind of shit. And obviously, yeah, whatever.
Yes, but apparently what it started off as trillions and trillions and trillions and years ago. It's a lot of trillions.
It's a fuck ton of trillions.
It started off with dust and some kind of cloud, and then over the years, it's just as it rotated, it's kind of like just brought in more shit, and it's kind of expanded, and then.
Yeah, so that bit I can fathom. I don't like. I'll never get the answer to the question I want because.
No, I don't think anyone will know that answer.
Imagine being because you know how it's mental that the way the Earth is designed to be perfect for a lot of shit. There's too much precision to be involved for it just to be a coincidence.
That's what I was saying earlier on. It's just weird how the Earth is lined up exactly the right place for it to form life.
Yeah, be where it is.
Yeah.
And because where it is, you get the sunlight, and because of the sunlight, you get like this grass and this bit of water and the tides, and that ecosystem can live there, and they can live there.
Too far towards what's in front of us, Mars.
Oh shit, mate! I can tell you,
Mars. Or if we were too close towards whatever planet's behind us.
Yeah, because what did he say on that podcast about a planet that hit into us and moved us to the right spot? But to me, if a planet's hitting a planet, they're just blowing up. That's what films have taught me.
Well, not necessarily.
That's what I'm saying. That's what films have taught me.
Lake Lake. Salt Lakes? Salt Lakes. Salt Lakes? I think it's the Salt Lakes.
Salt Lakes.
I think they had a. I think that's a something hit Earth back then, and that's all. That's why there's got a big crater in there.
Like a meteorite or some shit. Having a planet hit into a planet, surely. Even more than a meteorite, and fucking. They just.
I don't think it hit us though. I think we were.
It's just what he was saying.
Was it not? It hit another planet. And we were blown in the right direction.
Oh, maybe it was that then. Maybe it
But
was that.
because obviously, but also, again, like we were saying before, our planet is also moving. So when we get to a certain point, the planet behind us, I think, is going to now start. Is going to then.
Well, that's
start
what
forming
Nibiru
life.
is. Yeah, there's this Nibiru that's behind us somewhere that's coming to fucking devour us. And that's when you start, because all the conspiracy that speak about this Nibiru shit. It's like, oh my god, no, come on. This fucking basically ego, the living planet.
What? I'm intrigued with this. What's this planet called? They've said it a few times. What's this planet called? Where you
Yu-Gi-Oh!
no.
What's
Utopia. Utopia?
Utopia?
Utopia? Is it Utopia? No, I don't know. What's this planet? It's popped up in a lot of films and stuff like that. And they were on about it on the podcast as well.
Oh, I can't remember.
Where
What?
it's supposed to be the next it's supposed to be the next living planet.
Right, okay.
These will be interesting.
So it's another Earth-like planet.
Yeah, it's the next living planet. I've watched it. I've watched a TV series of it. It's popped up in films that I've watched, and they mentioned it.
I can't mean, pal.
You will when you hear it.
I can't mean.
You will when you hear it. I don't even know my pin now. Here we go. No. Oh, no.
I always do that. You know when your phone gets wet as well, and it just starts typing random shit. It's got a raindrop on it. Like, what the fuck are you doing? Rain just destroying the phone. So, but is this a one that we've actually as well? Someone on Earth's discovered it as well.
Yeah. Fuck. So we need Laura. Laura's got the brains, bro. Laura.
I don't know how much you'll know about Spass though.
It's doing me head in now. I can't remember the next fucking.
Can you remember what show and that's been referenced on? But anyway, you're intrigued while you search because we've discovered this planet and it's supposed to be habitable or some shit. What, so we can like in the future at some point maybe, well, if we're still here because of fucking global warming as we talked about before, if we can get there, we can live there.
Yeah.
Ah. So do they know if there's already life on it already, like water and fish and shit?
I think there's.
If they know, if there's a way of knowing.
I think there is I think there is like all that shit.
Yeah. The foundations are there.
Yeah.
We can go over and set up a fucking Starbucks in Asda already. Oh, fuck. I honestly, I can't. I know I did read somewhere not long ago that they discovered a planet because they could see lights on it. You know, if you look at our planet, like lights from the cities, they could see that. Yeah. I read that somewhere. I don't know if it's the same thing.
No, that's a different planet. I think.
It looked as if people were turning lights on and off, like a city getting its thingy, which was a bit fucking weird to hear.
Because at first I thought it was just reflection, because I thought it was just ice at one point.
That's the exact same thing I read. No, wait, no, there's definitely people out turning lights on and off.
Even when even when it was night time, they could still see the lights.
Yeah.
So that's why they debunked the ice.
It'd be weird if there's another like fucking Los Angeles and shit out there, just like
well, that's it. Nobody knows because no one has got the infrastructure to build something to go that far.
No, you sat there, one of them wondered, but they're in 25 million light years. All right, no worries, I'll be deed. Like Passengers, Chris Pratt.
Well, you're just frozen.
Yeah, I'll just be.
It'll take whatever how long it takes.
Oh, when you put in the frozen state, you wake back up. You have to fucking learn to walk again and shit. Imagine being asleep for that fucking long. You'd still every Brit would still wake up tired. I've been asleep for 1,000 years and woke up still shattered, son.
This planet's doing weird. And
You. It's that what a whiny say.
it's doing weird. It's fuck. I don't know what to Google.
Yeah, if you just start getting like, what planet's this? It'll just be like fucking Naboo from Star Wars. No, I don't mean that. Tatooine from. No, I don't fucking mean Tatooine. Dune. Arrakis. Is it Arrakis? Is Paul there?
No.
Oh. Fucking Duke of Arrakis. Good like Paul.
Paul. Of all the names, it's Paul.
Paul of Arrakis.
Paul.
No, yeah, you've lost me, sir.
Yeah, I've lost myself because I don't know the name of the fucking planet now. And it's too weird because I want to tell you what it's called. Because as soon as I tell you, you're like, oh yeah.
You'll finish your dinner, you'll get in your car, you'll drive home, you get in bed and you'll go, fuck! And you'll remember it. That's exactly what will happen. I always do that shit.
I will do.
And then when you come to remember it again next week, you go, fuck, what was it called again? Did you hear about Richard Sunak saying he had to struggle when he was a kid because he didn't have Sky TV?
What?
Richard Sunak was getting interviewed about like not knowing the struggles and stuff. He's like, well, when I was growing up, I didn't have Sky TV, and you're like, oh, was that your only struggle? Was about that was the only thing you had to struggle with, not having Sky?
I didn't have Sky TV.
I think many people fucking did. I mean, you were a rich kid if you had Sky when you were younger.
Yeah.
You were one of the rich kids.
Yeah.
Seeing that fancy remote at your mate's house, like, whoa, what is this remote? But it's nice rubbery back.
Yeah.
Yeah, like where you put the batteries in, it's like rubber.
What are you about now?
The Sky remote. When you saw that at your mate's house. We've lost Chris on this planet, people. I think we've lost him here. He's gone down a rabbit hole. We can't pull him out.
It's doing me heading because it's on the tip of my tongue.
Is it from that free body thing that you watch on Netflix?
No.
No? Is
No.
it from... If you're saying...
Centauri.
Who?
Centauri.
Centauri. Okay,
Yeah.
what the fuck's that from?
There's a film on about it.
It's a film.
Centauri.
There's a film called Centauri.
There's a TV series about it. That's supposed to be the next habitable planet.
And this isn't the one that they've seen with them lights on.
Not as far as I'm aware. Alpha Centauri. That's it.
Alpha Centauri.
Yeah, you bound to have heard that.
I may have done, mate, but I'm too busy getting out of a Lego. Alfa Romeo?
What?
Is Mercedes good?
Yeah, they are.
I know my mate's just bought a brand new
Mercedes.
Mercedes.
I'm looking at Mercedes.
Well, I don't know if it's a brand new. He's just bought himself. It's brand new to him. He's just bought a new Mercedes car.
Yeah, I'm looking at Mercedes.
Driving round the Mercedes.
Yeah, Alpha Centauri. That's it.
What's the fucking film?
It's based on there's a program I watched. There's only one episode that got cancelled, which I'm kind of gutted.
One episode then cancelled, not even a season.
One season, sorry.
Oh, right, I was going to fucking say. So,
One season it got cancelled, but it's also been mentioned in other programs I've watched in the past, and
True.
it gets mentioned on Lost in Planet, that Netflix program that I fucking enjoy.
what?
Because I leave Planet Earth because it was destroyed to go to Alpha Centauri.
I don't know if it sounds familiar. I have no idea. It might be in there somewhere. I go, oh, yeah, I remember you on
That's
that.
supposed to be the next inhabitable planet we can get to, if they don't go down the Mars route.
Well, it's always Mars, isn't it?
I know.
It's always constantly Mars. Even fucking Arnie was trying to do that back in Total Recall.
Alpha Centauri is quite a distance. It will be like frozen times for a couple of years.
Yeah, so it'll be like people's kids that get there.
Well, no, maybe if there was trips tomorrow, me and you could go there, but we just
Yeah,
have
but
to,
I'm
we
saying
just have
that-
to be frozen for 200 odd years.
But when the technology's ready to have frozen and to sustain that travel, it's probably going to be a few generations.
Yeah, but if it's after 2100, the planet we're gone.
Oh, yeah. Global warming.
Yeah.
Make sure you recycle, kids.
Yeah.
Recycle and save the penguins. I imagine the penguins have got everything to do with everything.
Yes.
There you are. I don't know. Should we end it there, sir? We've done an hour of fucking space waiting for dinner.
I like space though.
No, it's it's a fun topic to talk about.
I like space.
It's the not knowing, if you know what I mean. Like, I always like to imagine, because the thing with space that freaks me out is, like, if you can imagine putting space in the palm of your hand and putting it in a shoebox, and you can see everything,
Well,
what's outside that shoebox?
think of it like that then. Think of it like that. You haven't got a shoebox. But think of it like, think of your
I can imagine a
lunch-
shoebox,
We'll-
don't worry, mate.
we'll use your lunchbox. We'll use
Yeah.
your Spider-Man lunchbox. Okay.
Yeah.
So that's basically space.
Yeah.
That there. And I'm gonna use Wonder Woman. Well, maybe your head, but that's basically Earth. That's basically Earth.
Yeah.
Around it, it's just empty space.
Yeah. But
And
it's
obviously galaxy and shit. But
it's the part that's outside that does my head in.
well, that's it. Nobody knows because space just goes
Yeah,
on forever and
it's
ever and ever.
ever expanding.
They're never expanding space.
Yeah, it does my it just does my head in, because, like I said, you can. Sometimes getting Lego figures to stand up is one of the biggest pains in life. There's an actual technique to it. It's a fucking nightmare. Yeah, the empty darkness of parts of it, I get, but it's like I said, it's when you just get further and further and further out. Because, like, you know how we can contain everything, like Carlisle's. You know, my house is in Carlisle. Carlisle's in the United Kingdom. You can contain shit and know what it's in. Then you go, okay, Earth's in the fucking galaxy, and galaxies in, or universe, whatever, whichever
Yeah.
order it is. And then you go, okay, what's outside that? What's outside that? What's outside that? And just never knowing the outcome of that is, for whatever, it shouldn't, because to know what's there, there again, maybe if you find out the answer to that, you like have some sort of weird internal enlightenment. But yeah, I just don't like it.
You don't like it.
As long as I know what box is coming and it's got a burger and chips in it, and I'm happy.
He's happy.
What you goggling here?
Just Earth.
I'm goggling Earth. Just Earth.
Just Earth.
What are you googling about Earth?
Just googling.
You know, so you don't bring it up. I thought you were bringing up like an article or a picture. You just googled Earth. Right, we will leave it there anyway then, visuals. That is space. Have we answered questions? No. Have we got close? No. Will we get close? No.
Well,
I mean, in terms of me and you.
Well, we won't.
No.
We won't.
If you ever come here for answers of anything, you've come to the wrong spot.
Yeah, you have come.
Unless it's a pub quiz. I'm alright at pub quizzes. But visuals, space, the final frontier. These are the voyages of the Starship Enterprise.
Huh?
These are the voyages of the Starship Enterprise.
Boldly go where no one has gone before.
Used to be no man, but we're
Yes.
being PC.
Yes.
Visuals keeping you keeping on.
And as always, people,
What a fucking way. Dinner drama.
as always, keep looking up at the stars.
Stargaze.
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 Oh, yeah, I love a little stargaze.
Keep looking up at the stars.
Oh, I've got another heart palpitation.
Dan's dying.
I always get them.
Um,
And come on, enlighten us then.
Teresa wants to step into the kitchen.
Come on up to the enlightenment here.
Keep looking up at the stars. Keep just. Love you, bye.
What the fuck? Oh.